Hi there folks, Borislav247 here with another Days Gone video, and on this video I am going to show you all the easiest methods in order to take out the mission called Hear About a Ripper Camp. Now this particular mission is part of the Ripped Apart storyline in the main Days Gone game. It's not essential to complete this particular one, but they are a lot of fun to do. And given that it is one of the Ripper camps, you are pretty much guaranteed some top quality entertainment because these nut jobs are truly a sight to behold. Now, a couple of things to mention before I get to the action. The first one is the difficulty level. I'm basically taking on this camp on Survivor 2 difficulty, so it doesn't get any harder than this. And also, I'm taking on this camp with weapons that you would only have available to you at this particular time. And in this case, it's going to be the MWS, the M40 sniper rifle, the SMP-9 you can use if you like, it's also a very good weapon. And of course, I'm going to show a method involving residue bolts because you would have access to these at this particular time. So anyways, without any further ado, let's get to the action. Right then folks, for this mission to take place you first have to be assigned it. So it's heading over to Cascade and listening to Mark Copeland.
Got something you might be interested in.
Yeah, don't bet on it, Cope. I'm busy.
Too busy to hear about a Ripper camp? Here, in the Cascade Wilderness?
Rippers up here? Where?
Thought you might be interested. I heard how you and Boozer got hit by him. In fact, I haven't seen Boozer around much, have I?
Where, Cope?
Up by Separation Meadow. Flack, you know her, don't you? Saw him firsthand. Passed their camp when she was out on a supply run.
Don't worry. I'll take care of him.
Right then, I am going to bring up on screen in just 1 second the location of this Ripper camp in relation to Mark Copeland's camp. But worth knowing about this Ripper camp, there are 8 Rippers that reside here at the moment, and potentially another 6 can be called upon as reinforcements. And I say potentially because there is a way to ensure that they do not appear. So let's get to the action, folks. Okay, method number 1, quick without reinforcements. Worth noting that the area that I start from is right beside the Cascade Radio Tower ambush camp, and I am basically attacking from the south of this particular camp. You'll probably recognise exactly where I am now, but before I start this attack I want to make sure that the MWS and the M40 both have suppressors before beginning my attack. And this is the first thing straight off the bat that will come as a surprise to a lot of people. The direction in which I'm approaching this camp from. Not so much the fact that I'm coming from the south, that's a given, but it's the fact that if you go round to the left from where I am here, you have the high ground advantage in a big way. However, rest assured folks, by doing it this way, you enter the camp a lot safer, and even though this camp has a lot of bear traps and noise traps, you avoid most of them by taking out the camp this way. And this way is ridiculously quick and efficient. Now, the next Ripper that I'm going to take out, I can't stress this enough, use the MWS, do not use a sniper rifle. Because if you do use a sniper rifle, the 4 Rippers that are nearby can be alerted. By using the MWS, you won't have that problem. Okay, on to the next section. I'm looking to run just over to the right of this hill area here. And basically, when I get around here, I'm looking to head up to around where these 2 bush areas are. These get you perfectly into position for the next 2 Rippers. And I am just going to take the time to take these out with the M40 because they are sitting ducks. Believe it or not, this is just about done because the last 4 Rippers are basically congregated together. Now, I am going to move 2 of the bear traps here, quite literally so I don't stand on them. Because once you pick them up and replace them, that's it. They're no longer a threat to you. Now, the last part of this is very important. Use a Molotov cocktail or an attractor bomb will also work wonders, but do not use a grenade or a pipe bomb. You want to be getting all 4 of them pretty much at once here. And there we go. If you do it that way, no reinforcements will ever come. That is it. That is the mission done in the quickest, easiest way possible. On to the next method, folks. Okay, folks, method number 2, and this is simply called 14 rippers, and for obvious reasons. If you're really greedy and you want the chance to loot 14 rippers, because you know the rippers always have their really good stuff when it comes to looting, this is the way I recommend you go about doing it. Now, as always, I like to make sure the suppressors are in place before I start these runs. Now, the M40 again is going to be used, but it's mainly going to be used once the reinforcements arrive. Because the majority of the shots for the first 8 rippers are all fairly short range, the MWS is the more preferred option, especially as you can rattle off a number of shots very quickly. The M40, you do have issues in terms of it takes a wee while to reload every time. So anyhow, it's pretty much the same run as the first, but there will be some very subtle differences in actually taking out the rippers. For example, here, I've taken up that first one there, looking to make sure that that noise trap is taken care of. Now I'm looking to come over to this section here, because and the ripper is, if the ripper's over there, that's a much easier shot to get. But that ripper sometimes is further down where that particular line is not so good. Now from here, again, I'm using the hill on my left as fantastic cover, because I know the rippers I'm looking for are over on the other side. And just as you reach the top here, make sure you crouch down in the bushes, and these next two, nice and quick. And this is just going to be the MWS for all these. In fact, this one here, I'm going to make the job even easier. Head down here, nice close, and yeah, it did take a little bit of time there, but at this stage in the game, if you have the focus mode activated in quite a number of injectors, you actually have quite a bit of time to get the job done. Now, for the next lot, there's going to be no Molotovs like I used in the first run, but I do want to make sure of picking up these 2 bear traps and moving them. Not only am I no longer going to be able to get hurt by them, but the other rippers coming into the camp potentially can. But here we go. This lot here, I'm just going in for some quick kills. There's a 2-for-1 there. And there we go. Although I've taken care of the 8 of them, because they weren't all taken care of together, the reinforcements are on their way. And you will always have a bit of time to find cover, because whatever side of the camp you're at when you take up the last rippers, the reinforcements will always come from the other side, whether it be the north or the south. And in this case, of course, they're coming from the north area. So here we go. And while the ones that are furthest away from me are basically just looking around, I'm just going to pick them off as I get the chance. So far so good. That is 2 of the 6. And yeah, I'm actually going to move just to get a better position. This area here is fantastic, and worth pointing out that on the 3rd and final method that I show involving residue bolts, it is solely this area up here that I use, because you get a fantastic view of the entire camp. But right here, a couple of short range shots there, so I'm just using the MWS. I've only got 2 left. One of them I can see right there, and they're very kindly letting me take them out by doing very little. That just leaves 1 more. Do you know what? I'm just going to head on down there and just take them out. Now, big mistake leaving your head free for that headshot there. And there we go. That is the way to take out all 14 rippers. Nice and easy. Right then, folks, on to the 3rd and final method, and this is all about the residue bolts. Everybody at this point will have these unlocked, and you might as well use them. This is a fantastically safe way of taking out pretty much any camp. But with the added bonus of it being that there are rippers in this camp, you always get a good bit of entertainment value with this lot, because they are absolutely bonkers. Now, as you can see there, I've already got 3 residue bolts ready to rock, and I can potentially craft another 12 should I need them. But realistically, I shouldn't require much more than 6 to get the job done here. But anyhow, as always, I'm looking to take this particular route in order to get to the Ripper camp, because it is by far the safest way of starting an attack on this particular camp. Any of the other directions do have their problems, I assure you. Especially as there are certain parts of this camp that are absolutely loaded with bear traps and noise traps. But anyways, here's their first victim. And sod's law, I was hoping that that Ripper would actually stay still at that point, but never mind. They're walking so slowly that it's just a case of, yeah, just aim a little bit in front of them, take the shot. And from here, it is this top hill section with all these bush areas that I'm going to use to devastating effect in order to take out this camp. They will not know I am here. So right now, yep, I know there's going to be another 2 over here. I'm definitely going to get one of this lot into the action. That's nice. It's just waiting now for the residue bolts to actually take effect on the 2 that have been hit. And yep, one of them over there is certainly creating some attention, and the other one now is starting to spring into action too. So normally what I like to do is just wait until I have a clear line of sight on any of the rippers before trying to hit them with a residue bolt. And the ones obviously over on the left hand side are a tad more problematic to hit because they're a lot further away. So I'm really starting to yeah, think about the ones that are over here. And oh, there we go, this one is going to get it. Very nice, thank you very much. And yep, I'll just produce some more. Make sure it's armed. So at this point, yeah, they're obviously clearly rattled. They're going to positions where they can basically look out for any attacks. But of course, once the next Ripper that's under the influence starts going bonkers, yeah, then they come out to try and take them on. And yep, just waiting until I have a shot where I know I'm likely to make the hit. The beauty about using these as well is you don't have to worry about headshots in any way, shape or form. Every time just make sure you get them to the body, and it's all good. And as you can see already, this camp is close to being taken out completely. Now, this is a fantastic scenario to be in at the end. There is only 2 Rippers left, and I ideally want to get one more of these Rippers under the influence with a residue bolt. And then what I ideally want to happen is that the Ripper under the influence gets the next kill. Because the one that is now under the influence of the residue bolt cannot call for reinforcements. And normally it's when you get to the last Ripper in this camp, 7 of 8, that all of a sudden reinforcements start coming. So I'm just waiting to see how this plays out here, and there we go, that is the perfect scenario. There is only 1 Ripper left now in the camp, and because he is under the influence, he cannot possibly call for backup. So basically, I can either go down there and kill him myself, or I can just wait and let the residue poison do its thing. And that's precisely what I've done here. And there we go, that is this camp well and truly taken care of. Thank you so much for watching, folks, and I hope you all enjoyed the video.